Hello everyone. So today we will try to understand a concept about why India will not be a developed country very soon. Okay, the reason for that is the strategies adopted by the government of India are not conducive for a nation to progress very early. In fact, the very essence of any kind of economy is the way they make strategies for development and the way the budgets are allocated towards the expenditure part. Okay, now considering this factor, so in any economy there are two forms of expenditures. One is called maintenance expenditure and the another is called capital expenditure. So what is the difference between maintenance expenditure and capital expenditure is maintenance expenditure is an expenditure wherein the productivity of any expenditure is nearly low. It actually focuses on uh, consumption part. Consumption means it is not going to produce anything out of that. For example, the salaries paid to the employees or heavy salaries placed to the employees or buying of luxurious cars and all expenditures which are recurring in nature. Similarly, capitalist expenditure is something which focuses on doing expenditure for the things where you produce something. For example, you buy a car in order to hire by others, or you give that thing to rent purpose. For example, Ola, Uber, that are a part of the capital expenditure. Similarly, the government does expenditure on the capital expenditure. That would be the roads, railways. So these are the things where government focuses. Similarly, as per our ancient economic thinker and philosopher Chanakya Pandit, he actually advocated some proportion of expenditure when it comes to maintenance expenditure and capital expenditure. He has always advocated like maintenance expenditure should be 25% of your income and capital expenditure should be 75% of your actual income. But the irony is that the government of India actually follows opposite of this thing. What they are doing is they are expending 75% towards maintenance expenditure, which is actually not producing anything. Means whatever they earn out of that 100, they are giving 75 towards only expenditure. Means they are not focusing on producing something. So and they are focusing on capital expenditure only by 25%. So as a result of this, there will always going to be imbalance between the US dollar and Indian currency. If you take the fact that like around 1947 the value of dollar against Indian rupee was 1 and 1, but today the value of dollar 1 is like around 80 rupees. Means like if you want to buy $1, then you have to pay 80 rupees. So this is the proportional problem, and as a result of this there is always going to be imbalance between whatever we buy from outside or we sell from India. So I mean, to buy something we have to pay more. That is the problem. If in order to import something we have to pay more. So similarly, the problem of freebies. So this is also a part of maintenance expenditure. So meaning like providing free power for everyone, or maybe poor or middle class people, providing free water, free consumption goods and free public transportation. So recently the government of Karnataka has provided free transportation for all the women irrespective of their economic condition. So these kind of schemes provided by government, it actually creates a problem for an economy, because there is no difference between haves and have nots of the society, because women consist of 50% of the population. Considering this factor, we cannot tell that every woman is a poor. So those who need, they should only adapt for these things. And politically motivated or economically unsound policies are going to fail at the end of the day, because the ultimate aim of development is going to be compromised here. Providing subsidy for women is actually a good thing, but blanket subsidy is not good, means for every woman, that's actually not good. So here what government will face a problem is, it will face a problem of inclusion error, means wrong people will be eliminated or right people will be not included in this thing. So this is the problem here government may face. Apart from this, farm loan waivers, it sounds to be good, but actually it's not a sound economic policy. Why? Because for election purpose and for popular policies these are good, but in a long term, so we cannot prevent the problems associated with the farmer. Why? The farmer will not be so much productive. He will think that government will always waive the loan and he will take the loan. That will happen. Instead, the farmer should demand for the government, please provide proper road to our agriculture, please provide water, that is irrigation facility. So this should be the part of the capital expenditure. Okay, here alternatively you can see towards this right side, merit goods are something like providing public distribution systems, I mean providing groceries to the needy people, that is actually a merit thing. Providing employee guarantee schemes, okay, that is good. State support for education and health, they are also contributing. Spending towards sustainable growth, spending against climate change, expenditure on more efficient transportation. So all these things will lead to a sound economy. Similarly, if you see on a capital expenditure part, what are things? Education is the backbone of any economy, means like you should, an educated person can survive anywhere. So that is the idea behind here. Similarly, focusing on health is also a part of capital expenditure. Whenever a person is healthy, he is naturally wealthy, because he develops certain characters and skills which will help him to grow in a future. Okay, so similarly, government should focus on what you call infrastructures like railways, airways, roadways. All these are the things where government should be actually apart from this, actually what is the biggest problem of our political executive is, whenever our politician they go to foreign countries abroad, when they go to abroad, so they actually enclose a deal wherein they buy something, they buy technology or some, they buy technology or they buy some product. Okay, or whenever an executive from foreign country visits India, what they will do is they sell some technology. So this culture should be prevented as much early as possible, because this is actually not a sound economic policy where we keep on buying and buying for our own particular use. Okay, as a nation of 130 crores, we ourselves are capable of doing that, provided that the government should focus on research and development. It should focus on education, meaning they should increase the percentage of budget allocation for education and research and development by at least 10%. So I hope you got some perspective about what is maintenance expenditure and capital expenditure, and what are the drawbacks that we actually face for India to develop, to lay the path towards the development. Okay, thank you very much for watching my video. I will be updating such kinds of videos in coming days. Thank you very much.